there, all you language lovers out there. Ready for another deep dive? You guys gave us a ton of material on expressing emotions in English.
Yeah, we've got a lot to unpack.
But we are so ready to break it all down for you. Think of this as your ultimate guide.
A cheat sheet. Yeah.
Exactly. To not just, knowing the right words to say, but how to really say them.
You really mean it.
Yes. And we're not just talking about the basic happy, sad.
No.
We're going to get into those feelings that are way more subtle.
The ones that are kind of hard to even explain in your own language.
Exactly. Those ones that make you go, ooh, yeah, I know exactly what that feels like. Even for native English speakers, this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. And you know what else is really cool is that we've got some awesome insights on body language too.
Oh, I love that stuff.
So you can start using this right away.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Totally. And what's super interesting about all the stuff you sent us is how much everyone's saying that expressing your emotions is way more than just memorizing words, It's about making those real connections with people.
Totally. Yes, learning this whole
other
language within a language.
Yeah.
But before we decode all those super complex feelings,
right?
Let's make sure we're all on the same page about this core emotion.
The basics.
Yeah, the basics. Think of them as your foundation for your emotional vocab.
Totally. And our sources give some really clear examples.
Awesome.
So let's start with happiness.
Okay.
One of the simplest ways to say it is just this makes me happy.
Straightforward, right?
Straightforward. And you can see the happiness,
Totally.
They're smiling. Yeah. Their eyes are all bright.
Yeah.
Maybe they've even got a little pep in their step,
Yeah.
You can just tell.
Can't miss it.
Now, on the flip side, we've got sadness.
Sad. And here you might say things like, I feel down.
Yeah.
Or, I'm really bummed about.
Oh, no doubt.
What I think is interesting here, though, is how much your tone of voice matters.
Oh, for sure.
If you just say, I'm fine, it can mean so many different things.
Totally.
Depends how you say it.
Totally. It's sadness has its own sound.
It does.
Your voice gets all soft and slow.
It does.
Almost like you're carrying, a weight.
Like a weight on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And let's not forget those tears, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you don't even need words.
Nope.
A single tear can say, anything.
So powerful.
Okay, so let's crank up the energy a bit,
I'm ready.
Let's talk about anger.
Okay.
This is a bit more explosive, right?
It can be.
We got phrases like, this makes me so mad. Or, you could even get stronger, I'm furious.
Definitely get the point across.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But, you don't always need those big, fiery words. Right.
Sometimes it's simple. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to say it right.
With the right tone.
With that tone, you can get just as much annoyance across.
And you can practically feel the anger radiating off of someone too,
Oh, sure.
When they clench their fist.
Yeah.
Or their voice gets all loud.
Oh, yeah.
Recognizing those physical cues, that's so important for navigating those heated moments.
Absolutely. It's all about reading the situation and knowing how to adjust how you're communicating.
Yeah. I see that.
Now let's shift to a different kind of intensity.
Okay.
Let's talk about fear.
Okay, fear.
Fear is the one that makes your heart pound,
Yeah.
Your palms get all sweaty.
Oh, I know the feeling.
And you just want to run and hide.
Oh, yeah. Fear is your body's alarm system.
Yes.
It's there to protect you. But sometimes, oh man, it can be too much.
For sure.
And some phrases that really capture that are oh, I'm scared. Or this freaks me out. This is freaking me out. Yeah. And physically, see the trembling hands, the racing heartbeat, maybe even a gasp or a scream.
Oh yeah, fear can be pretty dramatic.
It can be. It's your body just takes over.
It takes over.
Before your brain even knows what's going on.
It does.
Okay, so we've got those core emotions down.
Yeah.
But the stuff you sent us, it goes way beyond that. And that's where things get really...
That's where it gets good.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's about finding those words and expressions that really paint a picture.
Yes.
Of what's going on inside you.
A whole emotional landscape.
Yeah.
So are you ready to unlock all those subtler shades of emotion?
I am. Let's do it.
This is going to be awesome.
This is where it gets really, really interesting.
Okay, let's go.
We'll start with surprise.
Ooh, I love surprise.
Yeah.
It's that instant jolt of, whoa, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
It's almost like involuntary.
It is.
You know?
Think about it. Those expressions.
Yeah.
Wow.
No way.
You're kidding.
They just like burst out.
You just come out. You don't even think about it.
And your body totally gives it away too.
Oh,
the wide eyes.
The eyebrows go up.
Eyebrows up. Yeah.
And your mouth like drops open. It's almost like universal.
It is. It is.
Like you could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And people would know exactly what that wow means.
Totally. Okay, now let's go to another interesting pair of emotions.
All right, we've got
love and disgust.
Ooh.
Talk about like two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Talk about opposites.
It's like comparing sunshine
Yeah.
to, I don't know, something really gross.
Something yucky.
Yucky.
I like that. I like that. So love. It's so powerful, right?
It is.
You can say it straight up, like, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this whole other like level where you're expressing like affection and care.
Yeah, like a deeper connection.
Deeper connection.
It's more than just like the surface level.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, you mean the world to me. Or like, I cherish our friendship.
I cherish you.
It's about finding those phrases that like really resonate.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
Real, yeah.
What's really interesting though is how the context can like totally change what it means.
Oh, interesting.
Like if you say, I'm proud of you to someone you love.
Yeah.
That's different than saying like, I feel proud to yourself.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
One's like outward and the other's more internal.
That's such a good point. It's like adding this a whole other layer of meaning
It is.
to how you communicate.
Nuance.
Nuance, yes. Okay, now let's talk about that not so lovely emotion.
All right.
Disgust.
Disgust, okay.
I have to admit, I'm pretty good at expressing this one.
You are?
My face probably does most of the talking.
I bet it does.
But let's like unpack this a little.
Okay.
Disgust is like primal, right?
It's primal. It's visceral.
It's your reaction to something that's just like repulsive.
Like, get that away from me.
Get it away.
Yeah, and those facial expressions.
Oh, they're priceless. The nose wrinkle.
Nose wrinkle.
Sticking your tongue out.
Sticking your tongue out.
Even like squinting your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Like you can't even bear to look.
Yeah, it's almost instinctual.
It's instinct.
You don't even think about it.
It just happens.
Your body just does it.
It does. And, you know, beyond the physical stuff,
Yeah.
there are those classic phrases
Like what?
like, that's gross.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Classics.
Yeah.
For sure.
Classics.
And like our vocabulary for disgust is like as strong as the emotion itself.
It is. It matches it. Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered the highs of like happiness and love, the lows of sadness and disgust,
Yeah.
the fire of anger, and the chills of fear.
Got them all.
But are you ready to like delve into those emotions that are a little more
A little more what?
What?
Complex, nuanced.
advanced? Yeah,
Okay, buckle up.
tell them all in.
We're going to explore those feelings that are like harder to put into words, but they're just as powerful, just as important.
I'm already intrigued. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Let's start with jealousy, guilt, and loneliness.
Ooh, those are some heavy hitters.
They are.
But I feel like everyone kind of experiences them at some point, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's like interesting how all three of these,
Yeah,
they kind of revolve around this feeling of lack, you know?
lack.
Yeah, like lacking something someone else has.
Oh, okay.
Or like lacking a clear conscience, you know?
Yeah.
Or even lacking those connections with other people.
Yeah, those social connections.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you actually like express those feelings in English?
So for jealousy, you could say something like, I'm so jealous, or like, I wish I had what they have.
Yeah.
But, you know, context is key with this one.
Okay.
Sometimes even just a simple, lucky you could have a little hint of envy, depending on like your tone.
It's like a little subtle shade.
A little shade,
I
exactly.
like it. But what about guilt?
Guilt. Okay.
That feeling of like, ugh, I messed up.
Yeah, guilt can really make you want to just like shrink, you know?
Oh, I know that feeling.
Phrases like, I feel so guilty, or like, I'm so sorry for what I did.
Yeah.
Those really capture that remorse.
Yeah, and physically you might see someone like avoiding eye contact.
Oh.
Maybe their shoulders slump.
Like they're trying to disappear.
It's funny how our bodies kind of betray us even when we're trying to hide it.
They do. They totally do.
Okay, now loneliness, that one can be like really isolating.
It can.
It's like that emptiness feeling disconnected from everyone.
Yeah, and it can be really hard to admit,
Totally. Like saying, I feel lonely.
It's not exactly something you just throw out there.
Not really a casual conversation starter.
No, not really.
But, it is important to recognize and acknowledge it. Sometimes just saying it out loud is a huge step.
Huge.
Okay, let's shift gears for a sec. Go to some more positive emotions.
All right, I like it.
What about relief?
Okay, relief.
That everything's okay feeling.
Oh, relief is like letting out this giant sigh,
I love that feeling.
like a weight just lifted off your shoulder.
Boost it, yeah.
You might hear people say, thank goodness. Or what a relief.
And you can see it too, right?
Oh, totally.
Like their shoulders relax.
Yeah.
Maybe they even crack a smile.
They do?
It's like their whole body's just saying, I can breathe again.
Exactly.
Okay, now for a really fun one.
What you got?
Anticipation.
Anticipation, okay.
That excited feeling of looking forward to something.
Oh, anticipation is the best.
It's like that bubbly feeling you get before, I don't know, a trip
A trip.
or a big event.
Like, I can't wait.
I can't wait. That's the perfect way to say it.
It is.
And think about the physical stuff you do when you're feeling that.
Oh, yeah. What do you do?
You fidget, you tap your feet,
Yeah.
you check your watch every 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah. You're like, come on, come on.
It's like your body's ready to jump into the future.
It is. You're ready to go.
It's like nervous energy, but in a good way.
It's good nervous energy.
Yeah. Okay. What about hope?
Hope. Oh, that's a powerful one.
It is. It's what keeps us going when things are tough.
Hope is like that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's that belief that things will get better.
You hear people say things like, I'm holding on to hope.
Yeah.
Or I believe things will work out.
Yeah, they gotta believe.
And hope can actually change your whole perspective.
Yeah, it can. It can.
You start to see the good, even when things are really hard.
It could be so empowering.
Okay, let's flip the script.
All right, let's do it.
Let's talk about frustration.
Okay, frustration.
That this is driving me crazy. Feeling.
Well, we've all been there.
Frustration is the worst.
It is.
It's like when you're trying to fix something.
Yeah.
And it just keeps breaking.
Or you're stuck in traffic.
Oh, the worst.
And you're late for something important.
I gotta be there.
Yeah. Frustration can make you want to scream.
It really can.
And physically, you see people sighing a lot.
Yeah.
Clenching their fists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe even muttering under their breath.
Oh, yeah, a little mini rant.
Mini rants, exactly.
But it's important to find those healthy ways to let it out.
Absolutely. You got to let it out.
Take a deep breath, go for a walk, even just vent to a friend.
The vent it out. It helps.
Okay, let's go to something a little more
A little more way.
awe-inspiring.
Okay, I like it.
That feeling of wonder and amazement when you experience something
Something truly incredible.
extraordinary. Yeah.
Awe is like being struck by lightning.
Oh, wow.
It's that sense of wonder, like you're in the presence of something so much bigger than yourself.
You hear people say things like, this is incredible, or I'm speechless.
You just can't even find the words.
You can see it in their eyes too, right?
Oh, yeah.
That wide-eyed wonder.
Yeah, their jaw might drop.
Yeah, maybe even a little ooh or escapes.
It's like their whole being is just captivated.
Captivated. Yeah, they're just totally in the moment.
They are. Okay. Now, maybe a little less awe-inspiring.
Okay.
Let's talk about disappointment.
Ooh, yeah.
That feeling of oh no, this isn't what I expected.
Disappointment can be such a bummer.
It can.
It's that sinking feeling when your hopes get totally dashed.
Crushed.
You hear phrases like, I'm so disappointed.
I'm so disappointed.
This is such a letdown.
Let down.
And physically, you might see their shoulders slump,
Shoulders slump, yeah.
their face kind of fall,
Yeah.
maybe even a few tears.
A few tears, it's tough.
It's important to let ourselves feel that, but also remember that, setbacks, they're just a part of life.
Hard life.
Okay, now for a tricky one.
What you got?
Envy.
Envy, okay.
That feeling of wanting what someone else has.
Oh, envy.
It can be tough to deal with.
It could be a tricky one.
Yeah, it's like this little voice in your head that's all, I wish I had that.
It is. It whispers to you.
And you might hear people say, I'm so envious.
Yeah.
Or I wish I were in their shoes.
I wish I was them.
But envy can be a double-edged sword.
It can.
On one hand, it can motivate you
To be better.
to do better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can also lead to like resentment and negativity.
You got to find that balance.
Okay, let's end on a more peaceful note.
I like it.
Contentment.
Contentment, okay.
That feeling of like satisfaction and peace with where you are in life.
You're good.
You're good, yeah. Everything is good.
Everything's good.
It's like inner peace and acceptance.
Acceptance, yeah.
And you might hear people say like, I'm content with my life.
Yeah.
Or I feel at peace.
I'm at peace.
And you can see it in their body language too, right?
Yeah.
They've got that relaxed posture, calm demeanor, and like a genuine smile.
That real smile.
It's like they've found that like sweet spot of balance and harmony.
That's what we all want.
Okay, we've covered a lot today. From those big, intense emotions to the more subtle ones.
Nuanced ones.
Nuanced, yes.
Yeah.
You've added all these new tools to your like emotional toolbox.
That's right.
But there's one thing we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
Body language.
Body language. It's a whole other world.
It is. It's like this secret language.
That we all speak.
Yeah, even if we don't realize it.
Even if we don't know it.
Ready to like decode all those unspoken signals.
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, so we've talked about all these different emotions.
We have.
But how can we like actually tell what someone's feeling if they don't come right out and say it?
Well, that's where body language comes in.
Body language.
Yeah, it can be so expressive.
I bet.
Sometimes even more so than words.
It's like everyone's walking around sending these secret signals.
They are.
And if you know the code, you can like unlock this whole new level of understanding.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, a lot of those signals, they're universal.
Oh, interesting.
No matter where you are in the world.
Yeah.
A smile usually means happiness.
Makes sense.
A frown, well, that's usually sadness or worry.
Okay, so let's break down some specific examples.
All right, let's do it.
What about when you feel that like rush of relief?
Relief?
Like you just dodged a bullet.
Oh, relief is all about that release of tension, right?
Yeah.
You might see someone let out a big sigh. Their shoulders slumped like all that weight's been lifted.
Yeah.
Maybe they even let out a little whew.
It's like their whole body is saying, thank goodness that's over.
Totally.
Okay, what about nostalgia?
Nostalgia.
Those like warm and fuzzy feelings when you think about happy memories.
Yeah.
You know, like when you hear a song from your childhood.
Yeah.
And it just takes you right back.
It transports you.
It does.
You can see it too in their expression.
How so?
That soft smile, that faraway look in their eyes. Maybe even a little swaying, like they're lost in the memory.
Yeah, they're like reliving those happy moments.
They are.
Okay, let's switch gears to something more Zen-like.
Okay.
Serenity.
Serenity, all right.
What are some of the body language cues for that, you know?
Yeah.
Feeling of peace and tranquility.
Serenity is all about stillness.
The stillness.
You might see someone sitting or standing, but they're relaxed. Their breathing is slow and steady.
Yeah.
Maybe their eyes are closed.
Closed, yeah.
Or if they're open, their gaze is soft.
It's like they found that inner calm amidst like all the chaos of the world.
Exactly.
Okay, now for a tougher emotion.
Okay, which one?
Regret.
Regret, all right.
That feeling of, I wish I could go back and change something.
Regret, it can be a tough one.
It can be.
It's like carrying a weight on your shoulders.
It is, yeah.
And you can actually see that weight.
Really?
In their body language.
How so?
They might have that downcast expression, avoid eye contact.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or even like physically hunch over, like they're trying to make themselves smaller.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's like they're carrying that burden of regret in their very posture.
It's heavy stuff.
It is.
Okay, let's lighten things up.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's talk about pride.
Pride, right.
The feeling of like accomplishment and satisfaction.
Yeah.
Especially like when you feel it for someone else.
Like it's so proud of you.
Exactly.
Think about when like a parent sees their kid achieve something amazing.
Yeah.
Their face just beams, their chest puffs out a little.
I love that.
Their eyes sparkle with joy.
It's like they're basking in that success.
They are. Okay, let's switch to something a little more
cautious.
Cautious, okay.
Suspicion,
right.
That feeling that something's not quite right. Or that someone isn't being totally truthful.
Like you get that feeling.
Yeah, it's like that little voice in your head.
It whispers to you.
It says like, something's off here.
Something's not right.
And your body language can like give you away.
It can.
You might see like narrowed eyes.
Yeah, narrowed eyes, a furrowed brow.
Furrowed brow, yeah.
Maybe even a little leaning back, you know?
Like to create some distance.
Like, I'm not so sure about this.
It's like their body is saying, I don't trust you.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go to a more romantic emotion.
Romantic. Okay.
Longing. That like deep yearning for something or someone.
Longing can be so bittersweet.
You can't.
That mix of sadness and hope.
Yeah.
Yearning for something that's like just out of reach.
And you can see it in their eyes, right?
Oh, yeah.
That like faraway gaze.
That wistful look.
Yeah.
They might sigh deeply or even like reach out their hand as if they can grab it.
It's like their heart is reaching out.
It is.
Across the distance.
Okay, let's end with a burst of positive energy.
I like it.
Amusement. That pure joy, that delight when something is like funny or entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Amusement. It's contagious.
It is.
You can't help but smile.
When you're around someone who's really amused.
Yeah, you just got to smile.
You'll see those smiles, hear the laughter.
And maybe even some snorting. Yeah.
If it's really funny.
Yeah. Tears of joy.
It's like their whole body is vibrating with that like happy energy.
It is. So, as you can see, body language.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool for communication.
It really is.
It adds all these layers of meaning to our words.
Yeah.
It helps us understand those emotions behind them.
It's like having the secret decoder ring for human behavior.
It is. And the more you pay attention to those little nonverbal cues, the better you'll get at reading people.
And understanding like what they're really feeling.
Yeah.
This has been amazing.
It have.
We've explored so many emotions, from the obvious to the super subtle.
We had.
And we even unlocked the secrets of body language.
We did it all.
So what's the like key takeaway for our listeners today?
Don't be afraid to embrace all of your emotions.
All of them.
Yeah. Feel those feelings, express them. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
Vulnerable, yeah.
Because that's how we really connect with people.
I love that.
And build those meaningful relationships.
Beautifully said.
You know, we talked a lot about expressing our own emotions.
We did.
But what about understanding how other people are feeling?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a whole other skill set, you know?
Yes.
Maybe a topic for another deep dive.
I'd love that. Until then, everyone, keep exploring.
Keep connecting.
And keep expressing yourselves.